Those tips always helpful. Bill Anderson, thank you so much. And 7:34 this morning, a pilot program is trying an event this week. Leaders in New Jersey hope are helping the opioid overdose epidemic. That's a mouthful. Select pharmacies across the state are offering the opioid reversal drug for free and without a prescription. This initiative is happening on Tuesday, June 18th. This morning, to share more on the governor's mission, Carol Johnson, Commissioner of the New Jersey Department of Human Services, joins us with more. Carol, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me and helping us get the word out.
Absolutely. My first question, I guess, is the easy one. Why now?
So when the governor took office, he charged all of us in the cabinet with doing everything we possibly can to combat the opioid epidemic. And we know that we lost 3,000 New Jerseyans last year to drug overdoses. And that is both heartbreaking for their families and just simply unacceptable. So as part of our broad strategy to do everything we can to combat the epidemic, we want to get this life-saving tool into the hands of as many New Jerseyans as possible.
You spoke to it. Let's look at these numbers and the statistics of the deaths in New Jersey related to opioids. And then we also have some numbers about Narcan use. So when we see, as you mentioned, more than 3,000 deaths in 2018, this year 875 already and counting. And then you can see in 2018, Narcan used more than 16,000 times. What do those numbers say to you, Carol?
So that tells you that we are doing a lot now to try to combat the epidemic, but it also tells you the scope of how much work we have to do. Those Narcan reversals are often from EMS and other first responders, and part of our strategy on Tuesday is to get Narcan into as many lay people's hands as possible, because oftentimes it's your loved one or a family member or a friend who's going to be close to you in those early moments, and we want to make sure everyone has the tools to save a life.
Critics might say, Carol, a move like this is encouraging drug use since people know they can save themselves from themselves. How do you kind of respond to that?
Our mission is to save lives. We're about saving lives, getting people connected to medical care so we can get them into treatment, get people on the path to recovery, and turn the tide of this epidemic.
Some people are calling it an epidemic. Others say it's a crisis. In New Jersey, how do we quantify it and how do we continue to tackle this moving forward?
So we consider it an epidemic. That is why we're all hands on deck across the Murphy administration fighting this epidemic. We are making treatment more readily available. We are working on supporting people in recovery, because once we get people on a path to recovery, they need jobs and employment, they need housing. We are also fighting all sources of fentanyl and heroin that are coming into our state. And most importantly, I want to leave folks with the message that 844-REACH-NJ is our 24-hour, 7-day-a-week addiction hotline that can help connect people to treatment. So come join us on Tuesday to get Narcan, but if you need help now, call 844-REACH-NJ.
That's a good number to have. And we have it up on your screen for anyone at home who might be trying to grab a pencil really quickly. So can they go to a certain website to find information on which pharmacies people can visit?
Yes, nj.gov.
Okay.
/human services.
Okay.
/stop overdoses.
I love it. That's very easy to remember. Carol, thank you for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
We appreciate you. All right, we're going to take a very quick break and then we'll be right back.